Okay, so before we start cooking, we're going to go over a couple quick rules. Do you guys know any rules about kitchen cooking?
You have to wash your hands first.
Okay, why?
Because then you get germs.
Right, we don't want to get germs in our food. We want people to be healthy.
And
Okay.
don't put your hand right there.
Yeah, don't put your hand in the heat. Why is that?
Because then you could burn yourself.
Have you ever burned yourself before?
No, she has on her like a cleaning iron.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Any other rules you think we should follow in the kitchen?
Tidy up.
Okay, that's a good idea. Tidy up. We want to make sure that we're not getting too messy, otherwise we'll get overwhelmed.
It's nice.
Be careful with knives. We will use knives today, but only a little bit. Only for the garlic. Okay, there's two rules that are also really important when washing your hands and cleaning up. We really want to wear our hair up, because if our hair is down, it could get in our food. I brought some hair ties out for you, if you need. Perfect. The other one is something, it's French, it's called mise en place, and it means everything in its place. So when we're cooking, we want to make sure we have everything ready so that we don't reach out and say, oh no, I need to have this, but I don't have it ready, so I'm going to burn my food now. So we're going to do a lot of preparation in the start, and then we're going to start cooking, okay? Okay. So our hair is up, we've touched our hair, which means we need to wash our hands. I'll grab the soap from the bathroom. So whenever we touch our hair, our face, anything, we need to wash our hands. It's just a big rule. Yeah, you can take your watch off. So I'll wash it. We'll kind of take turns washing our hands.
So today we're taking apart 3 computers and we're cooking.
We're cooking stuffed shells. Okay. I'm done washing my hands. You have a towel. And this is super important to the point that if I touch my face and don't wash my hands, you can just stop me. You can tell me to wash my hands. So I've got a little bit of our stuff out already that we're going to use. Our pasta sauce, our salt, our olive oil.
I ran out of that salt.
Yeah?
For ice cream.
I'll use it for ice cream, yeah. You would also use kosher salt for certain flavors. It dissolves differently than iodized salt that we have. So we're going to use it to add flavor to our shells today. So we're going to start. We're going to grab some shells to actually cook. So we need to get our shells cooking, otherwise we're going to have all this filling to go in and we're going to be waiting forever. So we're going to take this really big pot and fill it up with some water.
That's kind of what we have.
Yeah? It's big. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salt. How much salt do you think we should add? You guys ever add salt to your pasta water?
No.
You know why I would add it? Because I can explain. Salt's going to bring out some flavor in the pasta. It's going to give it a better texture. And we want it to be salty like the ocean. Super salty. So you should put in a lot of salt. And that's probably a good amount of water. Perfect. And this is super heavy, so I might put it on the break for you, okay? Ah, those muscles. And because it's so heavy and it's going to be really full of boiling water, I'll drain it as well when we're done with the water. Okay. And we'll put it on high. So this is going to start boiling eventually, and when it does, we'll come back to our pasta noodles. So we will put these to the side. Okay, I've made some recipes for you. Okay. What is our first step?
I get it. Preheat. Wait, so preheat oven to 375 degrees.
Okay, so it's 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to turn this so they can see you and not me. Okay, do you guys know how to preheat an oven?
No.
No? Okay, let's look at this and see what we could do. We have clock and timer, cooking time and start time, clear, broil, start, or bake.
I think we should do boil.
Broil? Okay, I'll tell you what broil does. We look inside the oven. It's not on right now, but these right here, the heating elements, they get really, really, really hot. And so it's really good when you put garlic bread in and you want it to get a little crispy. But it's not going to be broil.
Wait, maybe cooking?
Cooking?
I'm tired for time.
So this is a timer, yeah.
That's like to set a timer.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see.
We'll be on this side.
Okay. How about we do like maybe time bake?
Let's try it. Go ahead and press the bake button. Okay, we have these numbers, and we want it to get to 375.
So we need a 3 and a 7 and a 5.
Okay, so if it's at 350, do we need to go up or down to get to 375? Do we get bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Okay,
Bigger.
so go ahead and press, oh, it turned off. Okay, go ahead and press the plus buttons.
Yeah.
Really can do it until you get to 375.
375.
Okay, and then we want to hit start. That'll tell it to actually start heating up. And it'll beep when it's ready. Okay, so we're going to cook the pasta al dente, which basically means when we're cooking it, we don't want it to be really, really soft. Otherwise, it's going to bake in our oven and get mushy. Yeah, it sounds kind of gross, right? So we want it to be al dente, which means when you bite into it, it's still a little bit firm, still a little bit hard, but not gross hard. And it'll cook more as well.
Like, not like this.
Yeah, not like how it is, otherwise, what's the point of boiling it? Okay, so we're going to cook the pasta and set it aside eventually. The next thing we're going to have to do is heat our olive oil in this skillet. We're going to add spinach and garlic and cook it, and then we're going to put that in a bowl. So what happens if we have our spinach in here? We don't have our garlic ready. We don't have our mise en place.
The garlic wouldn't mix.
It wouldn't mix very well. Our spinach might burn. So we are going to make sure we have our garlic ready before we start on that step, okay? So we have garlic cloves.
I like we do this at home a lot. We go like I
Yeah?
like to do that a lot.
You like it? Perfect. I have a garlic press first today.
I can do it. I'll do it.
Yeah?
Well, it's
Okay.
really hard. I like to like peel it off.
Okay. Do you want to separate some cloves of garlic then? I'll get a little container for us.
So, make sure you don't throw away the actual part. It has this like cover on it. So, I want to eat the cover. I remember when
Why do you want to use the cover?
These girls.
Yeah?
One time my mom was cutting an onion and her eye like started watering and stuff. That's me.
Okay. Yeah, we're not using onion today, but it makes my eyes tear up too. I'll show you a little secret with garlic, okay? So you can see these cloves. You can take them off. What a lot of professional chefs do, it makes it easier to peel. It's easier to peel if we smash it first. And this is where our knife comes in, okay? So I have, we'll need a bigger knife. So I'll stop our dishwasher and pull out.
That's very hot. That's what it
It
does.
is very hot. We washed them before, but I'll rinse it off still. Okay. And I'll show you how to smash garlic with a knife. You have to be really careful when you do it, obviously. But it makes peeling a lot faster and easier. So lay right there is a cutting board you can pull out.
Whoa.
Yeah, we'll just pull it about this far. There we go. Okay, so when you use a knife, you need to be really careful not to hit anybody else with it. So I will show you first. So you want the garlic to be down where it's not going to shoot out. So this side's probably a little better than this one where it's going to slide around. We're going to put the knife on top of it. Maybe point the blade down a little bit so you don't hit your hand on it instead. And you hit it. Just with this part of your hand. And now, okay, so let's try peeling this. Let's see how much easier it is for you. Yeah, it's super fast.
I'll try doing this tonight.
Well, let's wait just 1 second, okay? I want to make sure the camera can see you and so you can remember how to do this. Okay. So let's pull off 1 clove of garlic.
Of it.
Celeste can do it and then Alaya can do it. Okay. Find a surface that's not going to move around very much. So really flat one. The most steady. I'm going to put the knife down, facing away from you, so you don't hurt yourself. And then use this part of your hand, and so be very careful. The knife is poking up. What'll happen if I hit it?
It'll get cut.
Yeah, I'll get a really bad cut. So you want the knife to face downwards so you don't hurt yourself. This is probably one of the most dangerous parts of all of this. You need to be really careful.
This one's teeny.
So find a good stable surface for it. That one's probably easiest.
Up there.
Okay. Looks like it's mushed, so she can peel that one. Celeste, do you want to do the other one?
It's
Yeah.
mushy.
Some of those smaller ones are really hard to do.
This one's ready to go.
Perfect. And it says that we need 2 teaspoons for each of our recipes. So if we have 3 people making this recipe, we probably need 3 times 2.
3 times 2, so 3 2 times. So you need 6.
We need 6 teaspoons. Set it down. Okay. Just a quick mover.
This is going way quicker than I imagined.
Yeah, you just need to be very, very careful with this.
This is probably the most dangerous thing I've ever
Find
done.
your most stable surface. That was probably good.
Yeah.
And make sure to point it down. And hit it with this part. So then you especially aren't going to get your fingers hurt by it. And I'll do one too. I have 1 clove. I'll put it down. So we probably always go do this with our parents watching. Right? Just to be a little more safe. But I think you guys have got it.
I'll do it.
Okay. So this will probably be, we can do 1 more and that'll probably be our last piece of garlic. So point the blade down. There you go. Maybe a better, more stable surface. Let's see. So our garlic's moving around. What can we do to fix that? Yeah. See if it'll hold better.
That's kind of big. Wait, what if you put it that way? And then like get out of the
So it's sliding. Sometimes with ones that are a little bit bigger, we have to angle the knife a little bit less down. Because that's a little bit more dangerous, I'll do this one. We want to put it right in the middle of it. but just enough more even. Yeah, some of them are a little more tricky. You have to be really careful with it again. Okay. I'll put this away. I think that's all the garlic we need. Nice angling down with the knife, very safe. Okay. And Alaya will do the last piece of garlic. She has. I'll put these back away. Oh, perfect. Okay. So now that we are done with our knife, we will put that very carefully into the sink. We'll put it on the side because sometimes if the sink fills with water, you can cut your finger. And we don't need our garbage can anymore.
That looks like it got this.
It's not bucket. So now let's maybe put our garbage can back underneath. And you guys, I touched the floor.
Wash your hands.
I need to wash my hands, yeah.
This.
So I will do that.
This one was a flip.
Do you want to peel it? Thanks for noticing that.
So that one's not peeled either.
That one's not peeled either? Oh my goodness. We're observant.
Okay. Let's get up the cutting. I don't think that. No, we don't.
Okay.
There's another one.
There's another one.
Wow, but they're small.
Sometimes the small pieces and the small ones are harder to do. So you can put that in the garbage.
We're gonna do that again. Sticky.
They are kind of sticky. Do you want to wash your hands?
Just want to do this one.
I'll put this away. Okay.
I think.
Check our water. Is it boiling yet?
Oh, so it's not ready.
No, there's no beep, so it's not ready. So the oven will beep when it's ready. Okay. And we can put a little garlic skins, peelings in there. And if your fingers are sticky, it's okay to wash them if it doesn't like that feeling.
You got it. Come on.
Okay. So this recipe while you're washing your hands. Oh, the oven is ready.
Okay.
So when we're ready, the oven will be.
Then we need to turn it off. No.
Not yet. It's okay. Usually I would wait to turn it on, but it's okay if it's on for a while. Okay. We want fresh garlic minced. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
No? Okay. So if I throw this whole clove of garlic into our food, we're going to have this big clove in each shell, right? Okay. It's too much garlic. So we're going to break it up into
I
smaller
really do that.
pieces.
I like that.
We'll both take turns. Using a garlic press.
Fancy at all. It's just like.
Michelle, how are the screwdrivers that way?
They put it
I thought I pulled it out, but I guess I didn't.
in here.
Yes. Okay, and where are we going to squeeze this onto?
Oh, here it is.
I don't want to.
Okay, so if we drop garlic on the fork, can we use it?
No.
No, so let's put that in the trash.
Okay.
Actually, I'll do it.
So we can take turns. And where are we going to mince the garlic into?
The pan. This.
Yeah, so for now we're going to put them in these little bowls just so we have them ready. Oh, not a lot comes out all the time. So we're going to pull it down. We're going to add another clove of garlic into it. So you'll do a bowl and then Alaya will do a bowl and I'll do one too. It takes a lot of hand strength
I hope.
to smash this garlic. So again, Alaya will do the first one.
Whoa. It's
Mhm.
weird.
Just squeeze. Is it not coming out? Would you like some help or you want to keep trying?
She gets that out.
Okay,
Go that. That one.
let's see.
There.
There we go.
And then, like, sometimes it, like, sticks. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try?
Like, maybe a knife and, like, shave it off.
A butter knife could help, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Squeeze as hard as you can. And it's okay, this one's a little hard to squeeze, I think.
Okay.
Are you good?
Looks like some.
So be careful to do it. Oh my goodness.
But
Be
there's
careful to do
small
it
ones
over
that
the
would
bowl. Okay.
think this
Mm-hmm. So this one may be a little bit tougher.
I'm gonna try a smaller one.
Okay, we have to take the one that's in there out though. So the smaller one will just add more. Mm-hmm. The more we add, the more hard it's gonna get to smash this.
Can you smash it?
Yes, I can. Okay. It's a lot of garlic. So we're gonna start going over this one now, since that's about the amount that we're gonna need. Okay. Now you can maybe try adding another small one in. I can hear it going in.
So far,
I know. I think that's about as far as you can get. I can't get further. So maybe we just need to add another clove. That's not as small. There you go. So some people like to use a garlic press like I do, because they like fresh garlic. Some people also like fresh garlic, but they prefer to cut it up. But I thought it might be a little safer today. Just use the press. But once you get stronger knife skills, you can learn to mince it and make it really small by yourself.
Ooh,
There's still some in there. You want help?
I'm gonna see
Yeah.
if I can do it. All
Okay.
the way. The fire I can go.
That's okay. I wasn't sure how much strength you guys would have in your hands for this. So this is kind of a test for me to see. Okay.
I think that's on.
Do you want me to do it? Alright, let's see how much we can get out. Ooh.
And that's probably about that one.
Probably too hard with the next bowl then. And I'll just put the last one in. Okay. Squeeze. Maybe a little bit short.
That beat.
Yes, the oven beeped. The water needs to boil first. So the oven, when it beeps, it tells us that it's hot enough to bake our shells, but we haven't made them yet. So we don't have anything to put in there yet. But when we do have food ready, we could do that. The reason I'm showing you how to turn the oven on is because today we're not going to actually bake it here. Okay? You're going to go home and make it. So we're making all the food, and all you have to do is put it in the oven. But you need to know how to turn the oven on. So because we're not going to bake here, we can turn the oven off if we want. We can figure out how to do that.
Right there. See where it says off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where it says off.
on that one right there, you need to turn it off.
So that'll turn the water off.
Yeah, that will turn the water off.
How do we turn the oven on?
Off?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's still boiling.
Is it
Kind of
almost?
boiling, but not really.
Yeah, it's
Little
getting
bubbles.
hot.
Now we can fix it. They're still not.
And what's this rising out of it?
Steam!
Yeah? Why is steam coming out?
Because it's hot.
Because it's hot.
It's like the water's like dissipating into the sky. Like you know how it goes into the clouds.
Uh-huh. It evaporates.
It's
Mhm.
kind of evaporating.
Yeah, it's turning into gas before it evaporates.
Now what
Okay.
do we do?
So we have our garlic. Check. In step, well, I guess here's step 7. In this step, what do we need to do with the garlic? What are we cooking it with?
Step one.
Step 2.
Meanwhile, heat the olive oil in a large skittle over medium-high heat. When the oil begins to shimmer, add the spinach and garlic and cook for 3 to 4 minutes until
Reduced.
Add salt to taste, not the 1 teaspoon. Remove from heat and let cool.
Okay. So we have to have some salt and we have to have spinach. So we have some spinach here. And our ingredients.
Salt's here.
Mm-hmm. In our ingredients, it says we need to have a package of the spinach thawed and drained. How do you think we could drain spinach?
Like we put it through a strainer.
We could.
Like
So we could try this Some of the pieces might fall through. Do you want me to tell you how I did it? Okay. I'm going to open one of these. There's a little water on here because it thawed out. And I like to use paper towels. You could also use a cheesecloth. You can put things in and you can squeeze moisture out of it. I'll use paper towels today to show you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to move the camera back here. We're assuming it's still on. Okay. And the reason why we want to get the liquid out of here is because otherwise our food's going to be really wet. Again, kind of like the soggy noodles. We don't want that. So I'm going to take my hand, put some in here.
I feel like that would be really yucky.
It looks kind of yucky, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like I saw it.
So I'll show you the first time, and then you can do it on your recipe, okay? We each will make our own, so each of you will have your own bag to do. So I'm just going to hold it, and I don't want the spinach to fall out, but I want the water to get out. It's a lot of water, right?
It's green water.
It's green water from all the spinach. Okay, that's how much water would have been in our shells otherwise. So there's one. Could you guys grab me one more paper towel? One little, yeah. Perfect. And then I will grab my second bit of spinach from here.
So each of us do, what did I say?
Each of you will do your own bag. Okay. So I'm showing you right now how to make the recipe so you can know how to do it and feel confident. And then each of you will be able to do it on your own. And you can always ask me questions if you need. So we're going to take about all of it. I'm going to cover it so that we don't lose our spinach when we squeeze it. And then squeeze.
That looks
I know.
like
It does.
I think the one that's the spinach.
Do you like spinach? You guys both like spinach?
I put spinach in like we yesterday we had spinach with like meat and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the day before yesterday. I love it.
You loved it. That's good. Spinach is good for you.
Otherwise,
Okay. So all of us are going to drain our spinach. I'm going to get a bowl to put my spinach in so I'm not in your way, okay?
so
Let me grab a little bowl. Here. Okay, this.
well, it's becoming.
Oh, it's leaking. So if it's leaking, where should we put it? Yeah, I think this is a good idea. Do you know how to open it, or would you like help? Okay. Okay, there's actually a slit on it somewhere. If you look around the edges, there's going to be a little piece that's well cut. Can you find it on either here or here? No. So let's keep looking. Maybe put the other side. There should be a little piece that looks like a big cut. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it helps us to tear it up. Keep it. Just pull them in different directions. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. This is a tricky bag. Should we use scissors?
Yeah.
Okay. Right over there. You can see the little scissors?
I can't reach it.
Okay. There we go. Now you can cut it.
It's big.
Yeah, right. Oh. Right. Oh. Okay. So now it's Celeste's turn. We're going to open this bag a little more so you can grab into it. Have your piece ready. I'll move this over here. Yeah, grab some handfuls. When you think you have a good amount, go ahead and close it up really carefully so you don't lose any spinach. Squeeze. And I'll get you a bowl as well. When When you think you have all the moisture out that you can get, you can just put it in this bowl and we'll transfer it. Yeah, we'll unwrap it once you finish draining all the spinach. You think you're going to be an expert, Alaya? You're going to be ready for this?
I don't want to do it. Last person's doing it. It's kind of gross.
And it's kind of a gross feeling. It's all soggy. So, Celeste, you said you cook a lot. Alaya, do you cook a lot too? Yeah? What's your favorite thing to cook?
I don't know, mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese.
You make homemade mac and cheese or from the box?
In the box.
Okay.
A lot.
We make
I
lots of
also
that too.
make soft pretzels.
Oh, really?
It's so fun.
I love
that
making
one for my
those.
lesson. Or for one of these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good.
Do you make them a lot?
No, actually, I did it once.
Mm-hmm.
Twice, because the time that she showed me that time that I did it for me.
Okay. I make those too. I almost taught you that actually. But then your dad told me you already knew how to make it.
I know how to make it.
Here we go. When you feel you're ready. Okay.
Now I want to wash my hands.
Yeah.
Feels so nice.
And now it does. Okay. Towel today. What is there? There you go.
Looks to be a winner.
Okay, so Celeste, we want to make sure now that our paper towel part can get off. So we really carefully find where it ends. Usually where it's thicker or where it's wider here tells you where the paper towel edge is. Yeah, that's fine. Get your spinach out of there now. Oh, that was fast, Alaya. You're going for it. And I'll get you a bowl too. I'll use one of these for now. They're just temporary bowls. Okay? Yeah. Looks like you found that opening pretty quickly. Okay. Then we want to put our paper towel inside here. We'll toss them in the trash once we're done with all of our spinach. So we can put these over here with our garlic now. And once Alaya finishes,
I don't like
doing
the smell of
this-
garlic.
You don't like the smell of garlic?
I like it, but it's not the smell.
I'm curious now. So we have two different kinds of garlic. We have that we just minced, and then we have garlic that's already been minced. Do they smell super different to you? There's one.
Yeah, they smell different.
How do you think they smell different?
Like one's like cheesy kind of smells like tuna.
Yeah.
And this one smells more like onions.
That one smells more like onions. Let's smell it. I know what you're saying. So garlic that's already minced in the can, you can use this. It just has a really strong smell because they're all sitting there together. You can smell it too if you want. It's strong.
Strong.
It's very strong.
That's what my mom does, but she just makes it. She doesn't buy it from the store.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so you can unroll those and I will show you our
I
next
think-
step.
Are we still video?
We are.
But the camera just goes on.
Yeah, the camera, my screen turns black. Would you like me to check
Sure.
if we're still videoing? Okay. I will turn on my computer. Log in. Yep, we're still here. I'm a little bit cut off because we're cooking, but we want to see the stove mostly. Okay.
I'm cut off.
So now that we have our mise en place, we have our spinach, we have our garlic, we're ready to put food on the heat. So I'm going to put this burner on the medium-high heat, so between 5 and 9. High is where you start boiling. 5 is kind of in between. We're going to start heating up, and I'm going to put oil in it. Not a ton. It says about 1.5 tablespoons. Just about enough to the little part of it, and you can swirl it around.
And it's red on the bottom.
Yeah, that's because it's hot. So while this is heating up, it needs to be hot before we put our spinach in, otherwise the spinach will be soggy and gross. Let's check on our water.
It's boiling.
It's boiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need to cook our shells. We're going to cook a lot of shells because we're all making a recipe. Are you comfortable pouring these in?
Sure.
Okay, careful so they don't splash you. Ooh. Okay.
And then
We're gonna also, yeah, we can put that where the garbage will be.
oh,
Okay. And we're gonna pour those in as well, really carefully, so they don't splash you. Again, boiling water does not feel good. Yeah. You can even pour it over. Okay. We need to know how long to cook these. Most of these will tell you what al dente is. So let's see. It says 14 to 15 minutes. So for al dente, we want the smaller time. So we'll start with timer. And we will add 14 minutes. And just every once in a while we'll stir these to make sure they're not sticking, but for the most part they can be left alone. Okay, let's see. This feels pretty warm. So I'm going to show you with mine, and then you guys are each going to have a chance to cook your spinach. Okay. I have something to stir it with. Did you guys see this part in the video? No?
I don't think my dad even showed us. Sometimes with kids,
Yeah.
and actually, I think I did. I did.
So it's all together right now, so we need to break it up. Otherwise, we're only going to get certain parts. We need to add one of the garlics. Perfect. Let's see if it comes out. And if it doesn't all come out, we can use the spatula. Yeah, we'll just pop it in. And then we need to add a little bit of salt. Just
Do
to
you want the same
taste.
salt, or do you want
Yeah, I want the big one that's over here.
the
So we're going to pour a little bit into my hand.
a little bit? And then a little bit.
You did a little one? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do about a pinch. So a big pinch, though. We're going to take our fingers, we have almost all of it. You're going to sprinkle from about, not here, right, because it's going to get too much salt, but here's going to spill it everywhere. So we probably want
Right there.
about 10 inches. We move our fingers,
Right.
and it helps get rid of it. So yeah, we can use the rest of this little bit of salt. So it's just a little bit to taste. So why do we add salt to things? Do you guys know?
So it just gives it flavor.
It helps have flavor. It helps bring out the flavor. So a lot of foods like spinach have flavor. We just can't always taste it when it's cooking because it's kind of funny smelling. And so salt brings out the flavors. It brings out the flavor in the garlic. But it also breaks food down a little bit. Because this one is a big grain, right? These are pretty big. You can even see them.
Yeah.
Compared to smaller salt grains, you can still see them.
So they're just tangy.
Let's see. But it's a lot harder to find an individual one compared to that big one. It's way different. And so I like using the salt because it's going to break the garlic down even more. It's going to rub against it and be rough. You want to stir it a little bit. And we mostly just want to cook this just so the garlic can get with all of this and make it smell good. So when you can smell the garlic and you think it smells good, tell me, okay?
Oh, that smells good.
Yeah? You guys like the smell of garlic when it's cooking?
My mom uses it a lot when we make stir fry and stuff.
Garlic's one of the, I think, the most important cooking ingredients. I use it every day. Okay. So now we can kind of smell it. And because we used frozen spinach that was thawed out, we don't have to cook it as long. If you used fresh spinach, you have to wait for it to get smaller. But it's kind of a shortcut. Okay. So I'm going to take my spinach off. And then you guys will have your turn. So be careful with the burner, because it's still hot.
So don't touch it.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in my little bowl. I'm going to use it just a little bit. We want it to cool down because we're going to mix this with egg. And if we put hot spinach with an egg, the egg will cook. And we'll have scrambled eggs inside of our shells.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very good.
So
oil.
you want to try adding the right amount of oil? A little circle. Yeah. We want the oil to heat up just a little bit because the pan's really hot, but the oil isn't. So we're going to swirl it around. When it's already sizzling, so that means yours is ready. Because the pan's hot enough.
It's already hot.
Yeah, the pan is already pretty hot.
Since you just did it.
So I'm going to very carefully, I'll hold the bowl for you. You can scoop it out if you need. There you go. You can choose one. Okay, I'm going to mix it all up, break them up. And then, Alaya, if you could grab some salt to help Celeste, just pour a little bit into your hand. So you'll grab it from Alaya's hand. You want to make sure to mix up all the garlic, break it up so it all gets shared.
I'm kind of cutting it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll hold this for you. You can go ahead and grab a good pinch. This is like the magic spot right here when you sprinkle.
What I do when I sprinkle is I go like this.
Okay, be careful though because you get salt on here when you do. And if we add too much salt, it'll taste too salty. You want to taste it and see?
Taste this.
Mm-hmm. Not the salt, but this. You want to make sure it's not too salty, otherwise you won't want to eat it. So let's get you a little spoon, and you can taste it a little bit and see if it's too salty, or if you want to add more. We'll grab this a little bit right here. We'll let it cool. You can even see a little salt on it right there.
Where do you want my food?
You can put that in the sink. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and taste. Is it too salty? Do you want to add more? Do you want to keep it that way?
It's a little too salty.
A little too salty. Okay. So we're gonna mix it with some cheese eventually. We'll add less salt when we add the cheese later. Okay. Okay. And yours just about done. So we're gonna take it off the heat over here. Careful with the really, really, really hot pan.
Since now it's like you can do too.
Perfect. And then I'll pour it in here. Okay. Now it is a layer, so it looks like our pan is steaming because it's pretty hot. So we will let it sit for a second. Okay.
I'll do the
add your
pink
oil.
this time.
Yeah. Add the amount that you think is good. While you do that, I'm going to stir our noodles just a little bit.
It's pouring in it like.
So we just won't use all of that. We'll put whatever is too much in the sink.
Like look.
Swirl it around.
It's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's already steaming.
Yeah. So be careful because you see how it's already bubbling? The second this touches that, it's going to start bubbling and it might splatter. So be really careful. Yeah, they are big. See? Ooh. I'll pop that in there. There you go. You want to break them up?
Enough to bake.
Enough to bake. Oh. And once you're ready, you can put your garlic in, you can put your salt in. Okay. And just grab the amount that you want to put in. And you can always taste it if you want to see how salty it is. You can hold it for a second, and when she decides if she wants to add more, well, I'll let Alaya tell you if she wants to add more. And when she says there's enough, you can put it in the sink. I'm going to put our little garlic bowls in the sink since we're done with them. Like you guys said, one of the rules of cooking is to clean up as we go. Otherwise it gets pretty messy.
I said that.
You did. And And while we are also waiting, we'll clean up these. We'll put them in the trash. This one can go in the trash. So Alaya, when you think it's cooked enough, when you think it smells right, tell me and we can put it in the bowl to start our next step.
You think this is enough salt? Yeah. Actually, I haven't tasted it. So.
You want to taste it?
It
Okay,
smells good now.
Yeah? You think it's good? Okay. Do you want any more salt? Or are you... Okay. Put you a little scoop. Get a little piece right here. We'll let it cool a little bit. And then you can taste it. Do you want more salt? Do you want to keep it this way? Is it too salty?
Tiny more salt.
Okay. So go ahead and take from Celeste's hand. Put that in the sink.
That's good.
Thank you, Celeste, for helping out there.
Now what do I do?
So we'll get to that in just a second. Once Alaya takes this off, we will start mixing all of this together to make the filling for the shells.
So you're going to fill inside the shells.
We are. So now let's put this very carefully back into our little bowl. Yeah? You want me to do it? Want me to hold the pan or just scrape? We'll put this off the heat. So we just turn this heat off, but it's still very hot. So we have to be very careful not to touch it.
First and second grade, at least.
Okay, and our noodles have 4 minutes left before they're ready for us to drain.
Wait,
we have a little
we
bit
just
of
did this, Alaya. We just did this. No, just did that.
You made a board?
Yeah, we did a little bit for my sister who had surgery. She had surgery.
She had eye surgery?
No, she did had surgery on her.
Oh.
She tore her ACL.
Oh, that is a very painful thing, I'm told.
Yeah, my other sister had it been having 3 times. No, 4 times. I can't remember. She's having it again, though. Yeah, she's having it again. Probably having it again.
That's a lot. Okay, so now that we are just about cleaned up from all of these other messes we've made, we can work on making the filling. So what does the step say? Can you find the step that talks about filling? It should be, I think, this third one.
In our mixing bowl, stir together the spinach, ricotta, mozzarella, Parmesan, egg, basil, and salt, 1 teaspoon, and pepper until thoroughly combined.
Okay, so we're going to mix basically all of our ingredients, including our spinach and garlic that we just made, into a mixing bowl. So we're going to use this big one while I show you. Yours is probably big enough that you can mix it in yours.
Mine's teeny.
And so we'll let you use our big one for baking for KitchenAid.
So my big one, so I can just mix it in.
And you have to be really careful. If you want, you could use the big bowl instead.
This is pretty big.
Because we're going to add a lot of things into it, so you have to be really careful mixing it. If you want, you can use this one. If not, that's also okay.
I'm not really just.
Okay, let me hold the bowl for you. You can scrape it out. Okay, so then I'll just put mine in there. Oh, transferred. And I'll show you how to make it, and then you guys can both mix your own while we're doing it. And I'll get you a big bowl.
I think really teeny.
Take it off the KitchenAid.
I'm going to put this on the side first.
It's okay. I'm going to pour yours into this big bowl. Okay. So we want to use ricotta cheese. This stuff is kind of thick and it gives it a nice texture. We want to use mozzarella cheese, which makes a nice melty, stringy texture. Kind of gooey. And then more cheese. We're going to use Parmesan.
Use a lot of cheese.
I know, these, they have spinach, but they have a lot of cheese too. Okay. So So we want, in the ingredients it says how much we want of the ricotta cheese.
For ricotta cheese, you want 1/3 of the cup.
1 1/3 cup.
These are the biggest.
So, I'll show you, and then you guys can each measure your own. Now I'll use a spoon to help me. Remember, this is very hot, so I'll stand here so you don't. Okay. Okay. Start with our ricotta. Ooh! You know what that timer means? It's time to drain our pasta. I'll turn that off. I'll turn this burner off. And then I'm going to drain it very carefully. Again, see if I don't get hurt with water. Shells. Yeah, that's a good idea. And there's still a couple on the bottom. So I'm just going to use our little spatula. Kind of just pull at them a little bit. If they're super stuck, they might just stay stuck. But, okay. And notice how before I poured the water away from me, because if I dropped it, it would drop away from me instead of on me. It'd be really dangerous to have hot water boiling on us. Okay.
I would be scared.
And these are pretty hot, so we'll let them cool before we fill them. Okay, so you want 1 1/3 cups ricotta, so I will show you that. And then you guys will each measure your own. I'm just going to scoop it up in here.
This is like really, it's like kind of like, looks like kind of like sour cream.
It does. You want to taste it?
No.
No, why do you want to taste it?
The sour cream, when you put it, you usually don't taste it. Usually don't eat it plain.
You want to taste it, Alaya? Sorry, Celeste.
I'll taste it.
Okay. Go ahead and grab a little bit. You don't have to taste it.
How much do I like it or not? Do you like it?
Yeah?
I still don't taste it.
You'll taste it too? No? Okay. So you have about a cup here. I'm going to put 1 cup in. And I still need a 1/3 cup.
Yes, so you need.
Difficult to open. And because this has almost no lip that I can hold, I'm going to very carefully use a knife to cut around the edge. Okay. And now I can peel that back.
Oh, that's a whole lot.
It was a lot. Then here's the 1/3 cup.
And just
about fill it up. This one looks a little bit creamier because I haven't opened it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have 1 1/3 cup. So that's what you like to measure out 1 1/3. So that's the 1/3 cup.
I'm gonna get a big scoop.
Okay. It doesn't just always pop out. You have to find a way to get it out.
Yeah, I think I made a little bit more.
Okay.
That's what I need.
You might need to use the spoon to get that. Okay, so here's your 1/3. And we need a 1 cup as well.
So I'm gonna do that from the bottom.
Okay. You want any tricks when you watch? You have to scrape it off real carefully.
Yeah, that's always happens and since the spoon's
Yeah,
not
spoons?
perfectly,
Mm-hmm.
since it curves in instead of, if it curved out, all your food would just go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this cheese, we'll clean that up. I'll get a paper towel. This cheese is pretty important because it's not going to melt, but it's the main part, I think, of all of this. Because we're going to be tasting this creaminess. So you won't have to taste the actual cheese itself, Alaya, but you'll get the creaminess, the texture of it as you cook. Okay, you're almost done with your 1 cup. Oh, this kind of a little bit tall, huh? pushing it in. I'll get rid of this one since it's empty now. So how else could you get it out? Yeah. Okay. And then once you're done, Alaya can also measure her 1/3 cup.
Now I will sit down.
Okay. Once she's ready, we'll add the mozzarella, we'll add this, we'll add our eggs, and we'll mix it all up.
Mix it up, and then it will start to be an egg roll.
We'll start filling up our shells. Your mom might come in the middle because I guess we're a little over the time that we expected. But maybe she'll get to join us and watch.
What?
Your mom might be able to watch. She's going to come pretty soon. We're not quite done.
Maybe you can text her.
White kind of chips, like watery.
Yeah.
Or you can
Oh, that's
call her. I
nice.
know her
Stuff. I've
phone
never
number.
seen that.
208-709-8058.
Like everyone in my family has a number, and my mom's a number.
That's a good number to have.
But I don't know if that's. I know it starts with 3.
Oh yeah, that's hers. So this cheese doesn't really thump out as easily as other ones.
What does that say?
What does this say?
Yeah.
Decisions determine destiny.
R said. What did R say?
Difficult roads lead to beautiful places or something. Beautiful destinations. I think that's what it says. It's to my sister.
We have like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But
Ours
it's
is
just
way bigger.
Oh, nice. Touch my face. So I need to wash my hands. Okay. Oh, I know it's tricky. There's so many balls out here.
Normally my dad's a little bit late.
He's a little, does your dad usually pick you up?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I'll make
So-
mine up.
We have added our ricotta cheese. We need to add 1 cup of mozzarella cheese.
So we're just gonna use this.
Mm-hmm. And since we're using it in the same thing, I think it's fine to use the same measuring cup. Oh. I had a hard time opening today. Okay. And we're not going to scoop in, otherwise we've got ricotta on it. But we'll put the measuring cup over the bowl. Okay. And you can grab about a cup's worth and fill it up. And
Oh, I touched my hair.
oh yeah, you definitely want to wash your hands. Nice catch. Okay. And if it sticks too much, you can always use this to kind of scrape it out. Okay. While she dries her hand, I'll put the mozzarella into mine. Oh, thank you. Very nice. Okay, we'll want it a little closer so we don't spill it on the ground. Perfect. Thank you for holding it close. Do you like mozzarella? Okay, it's a little bit over, but it's okay. And we'll hold this for you. So we'll clean up when we're all done. Okay, so we have our mozzarella done.
Mozzarella.
How much of Parmesan do we need?
Parmesan. We need 1.5 cups.
1 and a Parmesan?
Wait, no, that's not Parmesan. Wait, 1. 1. Should I be using aprons?
You can, you don't have to. I didn't have enough for both of you. So I'm gonna pull up. We have a 1 cup and a 1/3. So, oh, that's our cutting board. There we go. Find the 1/2. We're gonna fill that with Parmesan. And there's some big clumps in this. I'm gonna shake it up. Okay. Thank you. Measure about 1/2 cup. Okay. And you can pour, and it's gonna run out of this, but I got a new thing from John too. So I'm sorry about
I
that.
want to wash this up.
Yeah, we can just use a new one.
And I just touched the ground.
So I'm gonna put it in the sink, and thank you. Let's wash our hands. Here's a 1/2 cup. Let me open this up. Oh, look at that. It's almost perfectly 1/2 cup.
But we need more.
Just a little bit. Okay. You can put this in the trash. I'll put this. I see you're packing it down.
Delicious.
Do you normally pack things down in your measuring cup?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I also done it. Kind of makes it have more.
Yeah.
Since you pack it down.
Some things are really good to do that. Like brown sugar.
Yeah, brown sugar I do.
Brown sugar you definitely need to do that with because you always want to use packed brown sugar. But sometimes with things like this or with flour, you don't want to pack it down because you might use too much. But here is the Parmesan. Just measure out just a little more.
I need a little bit more.
Okay. And then Alaya will add her Parmesan.
Now, when I mix it,
Almost. We still need to add a little bit of salt and pepper and an egg. And some basil.
can I crack the egg? I've never gotten an egg shell.
Do you want to crack it? Yeah. We will be cracking your own eggs.
I crack eggs.
Do you guys think you're pretty good at it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Ooh, so if it's stuck, what might be the problem, do you think?
It's the chunk.
Okay, so how could we fix chunks, do you think? I'll hold the
Get a
measuring cup for you.
Get a spoon. Get a spoon.
We could use a spoon, a clean one though. Or we could close it and shake it. So if you want a spoon, you can use it. If you want to close and shake, you can do that too. And with some cooking, you really need to be very precise. With baking, if we don't use exactly the right amount, it might change how it looks. With these, it's okay to be a little bit approximate with measurements. Okay, we are going to add 1 egg.
Yes.
Okay. And the date on the eggs is still good. It is not the 23rd, so we are okay. If it was expired, we probably wouldn't want to use our eggs. Okay. And you're very confident cracking an egg?
I crack eggs.
Okay. Here is a garbage can.
Just try not to get any shells. No. Oh, it's you. And now to use her wash.
Almost. Yeah.
I do not like the feeling of eggs.
Yeah, it's kind of goopy.
I didn't get any. I did get a little bit. This makes me feel like my brother Bryce he can crack an egg one-handed.
Really?
He just goes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, we need to add salt and pepper. We'll mix it really quick, and then we'll start actually stuffing our shells up.
Okay. Salt.
So, Celeste, remember how you said that yours was a little bit salty?
No, don't use that.
You want to use a little bit less salt then, if you think it was a little salty. So, it is over there still. How much salt does it say in the ingredients?
So, I'm going to add a little bit less than that. Salt.
It's the kosher salt.
Kosher salt. 1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. So you'll want to add a little bit less than this. I'm going to add about a teaspoon. Now what happens if I were to be pouring right now and I spilled all the way over?
Then just stop.
It would be a little salty. So I'm going to actually measure over the garbage can. Then if I spill extra, it's not going to get in my food.
So now I'm going to put just not the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't want a full teaspoon. So you want to have almost a full one, but just not a full amount.
Maybe a little.
You want that much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm going to stir it up.
For this kind of cooking, it's all up to you, really. How much salt you like.
I don't
usually
really
like
like
this much.
Well, I really don't like sugar and salt. Because I like sugar, but because they look exactly the same, one time, like, when you look at it, it's actually salt.
Can be tricky.
That happened one time. We made lemon bars and we put so much salt in it. It was disgusting.
I bet. We want to use 1 tablespoon of basil. We're going to use a little bit less since this is dried basil. Dried basil is a lot more flavorful than fresh basil. So we use a little bit less.
That's some cool measuring cups.
So you measure over the garbage can if you want, or over here. You can add as much as you want. I think 1 tablespoon is what works for me. But again, it's up to your taste. And we can taste this a little bit later too. You can always add basil after you cook your shells. Sprinkle it on top.
Now you mix it up.
Almost, we just need to add pepper. We're going to use a fresh pepper grinding.
Fresh pepper grinder.
You guys put ground pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I'll show you about how much I put in. I like to do a lot. Probably about 10 of these. But you can do again how much you want. Pepper can be a strong flavor. Oh, I have to wash my hands. Touch my face, you guys.
You touch your face.
I do.
I can't touch one. I don't want my back is dirty, but I don't want to touch my back.
So you can't touch your back. You have to be careful to wash your hands again.
I still won't wash my hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I touched my face.
Oh, right.
The pepper kind of smells like.
So now we'll start mixing it. So we're going to clear up our space because it's getting really cluttered in here. So let's put all these things in the sink if we're not using them. We each have a spoon. We want to very carefully mix it. Oh. Do you want a spoon?
I think somebody's knocking the door.
Is someone knocking at the door? Oh, good. You can come in and watch it.
Good. I'm glad that. Well, I thought my baby is asleep, but I'll still tell you to sit there.
Okay.
That looks like so much fun.
Yeah, we're about to actually stuff them.
I can look out the window.
Okay, yeah.
Don't make me nervous.
Okay. So we're going to keep mixing. Let me know when you think it's completely mixed. And then we can start stuffing. No, we're not.
This is like, I'm trying to get the bottom up.
That's important. I'm going to get it all mixed up.
Not just like a bubble mix up.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, when you're stuffing your shells, you'll get a big bite of just spinach or just cheese.
Yeah.
That would be yuck.
I think mine's good.
Yeah?
Actually, this one.
Okay.
Is mine good? No.
So-
Mine goes faster because I have a big.
Yeah, you like using that?
I have a big pill too.
Okay. So I think, since I'm looking under and I see that it's pretty mixed, I don't see any yellow pieces of egg. I don't see any pieces that look really green or really white. I think it's all the way mixed.
Right there, Cameron.
So let me know when you're ready. I'm going to clear this off a little bit more.
I think I'm ready.
Yeah? You guys are both ready? Perfect. Okay, so now we get to do the really exciting part, the stuffing the shells. So we'll move our little recipes. I'm going to grab a pan and I'll show you with mine. And you guys can work on the same pan together if you want. Okay, so I'm going to push these back so you have space.
So those are in.
Yeah, we're going to use those shells. So we start, you're going to bring them over. Go ahead and put it over here because the burner's cooled down now. We want to start by putting a little bit of tomato sauce in the bottom, otherwise our shells are going to get stuck to the bottom of the pan and not have a lot of flavor. Okay? Are you guys comfortable pouring this, or do you want to use a spoon? Choose one pan. So you can use, maybe you guys can both use the big one. You guys can both add shells to it. And if we have extra, we can. If we have extra, we can do more. We want enough to cover the whole bottom just a little bit. Go ahead and shake it around a little bit. Make sure it's all over the bottom. Yeah? Okay. For now, put this out of the way so we don't bump into it.
And now for the fun part.
I know, the fun part. So I'll show you because it's going to be a little tricky. So our shells aren't hot anymore because we let them cool. You want to hold it so that they're not going to be all weird. Okay? We want to take, if we take a really big spoon, is that going to work? Okay. What if I take a little one? We want to take one. Thank you. We want one that's kind of in between. We want to fill it. Yeah, a good amount. And I'll put it in.
Well,
You guys want to try with yours?
Sure.
Okay.
if you
Choose a
want,
shell that you want.
it wouldn't be very hard to get your journal off the computer. I'm more than happy to do it.
Okay, and hold it so that you know it's not going to get in
feel
the
it.
way.
So we never actually, we didn't try turning it on. We just messed around with it. I think your husband said this one turns on, but doesn't show up on the monitor. So what we do is we just pull the hard drive out. Plug it in
So
our
go ahead and
computer,
try.
in case of files,
Go ahead and see. Maybe you want to stuff it over your bowl.
Can I have a
otherwise-
little spoon for putting this in?
Yes, you may. If I can open this. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll put the shells in the middle so all of us can reach them. And if your shell's broken, you don't have to use it. We cooked a little bit extra.
We weren't sure we'd get it. Getting an apartment in Rexburg's hard, apparently, because we wanted it at the start of the semester, and apparently everybody's trying an apartment then. So this one, they just like had it pop up one day.
So some of these I
Very
think
last
still need a
minute.
little bit more filling, so I'm going to push it in
You lucked
and
out.
then add more.
So that's.
10 months.
Oh, so that one's broken. So you can try to use
Yeah, there it
it,
is.
but it
There's
might be a
the-
little harder.
I can eat it.
May 5th.
You can eat it, but you have to wash your hands after.
I noticed that.
Okay.
I'm not really kind of hard at the bottom
They're getting a little hard at the bottom. Why do you think that is?
because they're kind of dry.
Mm-hmm.
But
Maybe they've dried.
dried.
And remember, you want to put this in very carefully so that they can put as many as we can.
You guys been here in Rexburg for a long time, right?
Like 16 years. So we only had 2 kids.
Now you have a couple more.
Okay. You can see some careful thought over here. It's kind of hard to find out how much to put in, right?
And it's hard to keep mobile.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
one
was born in Seattle. That's where my family's from, and then my family moved to California when I was like 4. But she was my grandma's ward growing up, so that's how we met. And I came to visit grandma. Grandma brought me to a wedding reception when I was like 15.
So sometimes if the part to, like this one right here is kind of closing
It
on
worked out
itself,
pretty well.
so I put my thumb in it and I push my fingers to the side to get it to open. And that might help
She's
you.
a baby, so she doesn't know any better. She was sit nice couches for
that does kind of work.
Oh, yeah.
It's fully out.
Did it work with that one?
Craigslist. We like that
Yeah, you have to be really careful with it.
Sounds like hard and lumpy.
well, they're not
But again, these are just going to get covered with tomato sauce, and we're going to cook them, and it's going to be yummy.
So you guys just get really busy with all these lessons at the end of every semester? Oh, do you?
We want to fit as many as we can in, so.
Well, this one's like fully.
Ooh, so you have to be really careful in folding that one then. Okay. And you can always push more of your filling down so you have more space.
Dip your toe in a lot of
Because
different
so much
things.
you put in here is however much it's going to be cooking inside.
I guess Josh has videos of all the different things. It's kind of fun to say, oh, this and this.
So how can we push this one to
You
make
get
it
chicken toes?
not fall out? So it looks like it might fall out pretty soon.
I can do this.
Move it a little better, push it down. Right. Well, that'll make sure we don't have filling falling out while it's cooking. Oh, that one's pretty close. Try even hold it.
Whoa, this one was already really open.
You do it
Oh, that's
again.
lucky.
Yes.
So some of them are closed. That's okay. As long as you can hold it open in a way that you can fill it,
What?
that's what's important.
Whoa, this one's like hard to fill.
Yeah, it's hard to fill those ones. So find new ways to hold them.
Whoa.
Looks like you're figuring it out.
Your grandma?
Okay.
This is a really small one.
Ooh, so if it's small, you can try to fill it, but you can also just choose not to use it. Yeah, so make sure we get it underneath. So you can use our fingers, you can use the spoon to push it.
You get there? Oh, they take you to middle school for that, huh? Oh.
Yeah, they're up all the time now. They used to bus them out somewhere one day a week. Now it's a long
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, shellception. It's a shell within a shell.
Look. What, there's a shell inside a shell?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to be really careful.
Sometimes for these ones, this part's open, but this part's not. So I'll just hold it open on this side
Look.
with my thumb where it's harder for people. Ooh, that one's pretty open.
That's what I'm doing right now. That side's kind of
Oh,
folded
A
inside.
Wrinkle in Time? Did you like it? I haven't seen it.
These are really good.
Yeah.
I think this is a that one's
Okay.
I think that one will be.
And we'll do as many as you want to put in your pan as you can fit. You usually can fit 12 in my pan. Ooh.
Really?
So how are you going to hold it so it doesn't fall on your layer?
What?
Good start. Yeah.
I'm Dwight?
And you might get your fingers kind of messy.
Like Dwight
That's
from The
okay.
Office?
Oh, you're trying something new. Innovating, picking up with the shell itself.
Oh, that one's really
Let
open.
me know how it works.
It works.
It works, yeah?
A better idea.
It's a better idea.
Your fingers get
Yeah. So we'll just wash our hands afterwards.
But she's like a war.
All by accident then?
Okay.
It's not doing to me. Just figured last night.
I think I'm going to add maybe one more shell, and then I think my pan might be full.
Oh.
Your pan will not be full. Well, we can always make another pan. We'll just grab another one, fill with tomato sauce.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I'm like excited they're doing this activity because I get pizza food afterwards.
Very. Look, it's even like kind of sealed.
It is.
You do flips?
When the pasta cools, it kind of seals itself. Do you guys want any help with your filling?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I like to fill my noodles really full.
That's the last one of the action.
That's the last of your filling.
No, that's not the last one. Sorry, this one's the last one in this pan.
Do you want to try to fit more, or do you want to use a different pan?
We can use that for the pan.
Different pan?
I can put one. I can put one.
Okay. We'll put this to the side for Celeste to fit one more in, and then Alaya will fill another one with tomato sauce.
Where am I supposed to?
So let's put it over here.
I'm trying something new.
Yeah. Okay.
Eating it up with your hands.
Do you guys like growing up in
Alaya, how much filling? How many more shells do you think guys think could make a difference?
It's
Should we use
you've
the
been here
small
your
one?
life. Do you like Rexburg?
So go ahead and add the amount of sauce you think you need.
Where is it?
It's over here.
I said the pork can get along.
Oh, I agree.
I can fit more.
You guys ever go on vacation
You
somewhere
can't
warmer? Or camping?
You want to make sure that they're all touching the bottom though. So for this one, for example, we need to nestle it down a little bit more.
I'm from California, and the only vacation I go on to is to visit grandma in Seattle or to go
Look, a
to
double
Utah.
one again.
Double one.
California's pretty nice though.
Pretty much all of our cousins are very odd to live in Utah.
Look, it's pretty open.
And yeah,
That's
all
pretty
my dad's family lives
Pretty
in
open.
I feel better.
Grab it with my hands. But a lot more in there.
Mm-hmm. You can even push it down with your thumb to make sure it all
You guys been to
fits.
Vegas then?
And then
Well, I haven't. But
more.
Do you guys know why we put egg in this?
No.
Seems like a weird thing to put in it. Egg helps to bind our food together. So like when you're baking, you always have to use eggs with it, and it helps things stick together. So otherwise, this cheese wouldn't fit as well. It'd be kind of weird and crumbly. Same with our cookies. Our flour wouldn't bake well. It would separate and be all gross.
Oh, okay. I know I'm in Nebraska.
Do you want to take a filling or should it?
No, I think
I can help? Okay.
Is she married or is she just living there?
You are. I think this was a good choice as far as how many shells we can make. And it looks like we're both going to finish about the same time, which means you guys get to go home pretty soon. You probably have enough for that one last shell. It's really straight.
I can get more.
So we want to make sure they have filling in them. How much?
No, what?
Dang.
So maybe we could just add this filling to
So why
shells
is
that
there
are already
chocolate
here.
there?
It's just part of the.
So I want to make sure all these can push at the bottom of the pan. So we can squish them closer together.
Okay.
So Celeste, I don't know if there's going to be enough filling for that shell. It might be a very empty shell. You can try it, but it might not be.
Can we finish this pan too? Is there any of yours that I could use?
You choose the rest of yours.
Yeah, it's a there's
Just a little bit left. And we will wash our hands while you finish that last one. Okay.
Oh, probably.
And then we'll put the pasta sauce on top and we'll be done.
You gotta be a pretty busy mom with a husband as a bishop, and a professor.
He's not the bishop anymore.
Did he? He did not say that.
Looks like you found
He
some
did mention the other day he's been bishop for like 5 years.
And maybe let's add it into this pan right
Did you know he was getting released on Sunday, or is
Squish
that?
it in.
Yeah, they published it on the Sunday prior.
Okay. We'll wash our hands. And we'll put the sauce on top and cover it up.
Wait,
Did
you
you
put
share?
sauce on top?
We will, yeah. You want to do it right now? Okay. Just enough to cover it up a little bit.
So just go like that.
Yeah?
He did it really good.
That's probably good. And we can always use a spoon on top to spread the sauce
So I
there.
was talking to Brother Webb, Matthew Webb, who's a bishop in your state, I think. And he knows your husband pretty well. They know each other.
Okay. Celeste, so let's put some on top of here.
Bishop
We're
Wilson's
also
great.
going to
Like,
pour
I admire
some
him. I try to be like him. Like, you do.
on top of yours. You put some on top of
You
mine?
realize your teachers know each other.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
And then Alaya, should we use a spoon from here? And we can spoon our tomato sauce? Yeah. We want to make sure all the noodles are just a little bit on the side. We're so close. Okay. Yeah, you can cover that one too.
It kind of makes them like go out.
Kind of makes them go out when you mean.
Like the sauce kind of goes out. Swells out.
So we'll add a little more sauce to this one since there's a lot of noodles in this pan. We can have them all covered with sauce. Okay. All we have to do is cover them with foil. There we go. I'll give you a big piece since you have a big pan. Be careful with the foil, it can be sharp on the edges.
You ready?
So do you guys remember how to turn the oven?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think so.
You think so?
If you can't remember, bake. No,
Mhm.
bake.
Big. And then we want to increase to 375. So when you get home, you can do that. You want to bake it for 25 minutes. So time for 25 minutes in there. And then afterwards, you'll want to take it out and take the foil off. So cook for about 10 more minutes.
Where's your head?
Yeah? We good?